Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I just got my latest Tavor crate in, but you're probably watching this video like, I don't know, 10 days or 2 weeks later. So since we got the new beer in, got to get the old beer out, and this is appropriately named beer for the occasion. From the UK, from Theakston Brewery, Old Peculier the Legend. The original craft brewer. Now this is actually an old ale, or stock ale. Although it's very light for old ale. It's only 5.6 ABV. Old ale is basically like a barley wine that's been deliberately aged. This can is good until the end of August, although a beer like this should really last pretty much forever. Anyway, British beer, so I pour it into my Nonic pint glass, even though it's only 12 ounces, I believe. And it's a beautiful brown coming out of the can. Maybe it looks black or blood red in the glass. Yeah, I know it looks black on camera, but it's, yeah, I'd probably call it like a blood red mahogany, something like that. Got about a 2-3 fingers of off-white, maybe even light brown foam, tan, I guess, khaki. Let's give it a whiff. Well, it definitely has like that kind of English ale terroir character, but I thought the nose would be a lot bigger on this one. I mean, it's like slightly fruity. I mean, it's definitely, English yeast character. It's like, as I used to say in the early days of the show, way back, when you walk into Mahar's, this is how it kind of it's like, I don't know, like this is very similar to like Samuel Smith's or Fuller or something like that, but like the intensity is way low. And then again, it is only 5.6. This is like a sessionable old ale. I can't believe I've never had this beer before. So let's give it a whirl. Cheers. Well, it definitely has more flavor than aroma, which is nice. Same thing I said on the aroma. It's just classic English yeast terroir. Like, there's definitely something that I've always picked up on, like, pretty much any, like, actual, like, British style beer from Britain, is like the kind of minerally water character. And a lot of English breweries make like American style or even Belgian style beers, and like you don't really get that, but in an actual British style beer from Britain, you're getting it. I love that. So I would describe this one as very kind of fruit forward. It's kind of the same flavors that you would get in a barley wine, English or American, but just like with the aroma, the intensity is much lower. So I would say like all red fruits, kind of like, red apple, a little bit of red cherry, maybe slight, you ever had a red plum? Kind of something kind of like that. Really low hop or any kind of spice or bitterness on this one. I checked their website. I think it said it made with Challenger, Target, and Fuggles hops. Just classic British hops. It does have a lovely lacing on the glass, and I'm surprised. Well, I'm a little surprised that this doesn't have a nitro widget in it. I think this would be a good beer to use with the nitro. I like this. I like the taste here, but it's like there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just, to me, the intensity of the flavor is surprisingly low. I mean, maybe you can chalk it up to age or something. Which, again, it's an old ale, so I mean, it should be meant to sit, but it is only 5.6, so like there's no alcohol character here to come in and act as a preservative, essentially. Although I will say, like, there's no alcohol that's distracting or drying out the palate. I don't know if this is wood aged. It doesn't really seem like it. Like, usually you get like a distinct kind of woody quality and like a slight kind of vanilla or even like kind of like a Chardonnay kind of butter thing. But I'm not getting that on this one. And it's funny because the BJCP actually lists this as a commercial example of the old ale style. And Untapped has an old ale too. But drinking it, to me, this is more like almost like an ESB, like a strong bitter. I think that's probably the better way to judge it. Or like a really light British strong ale. Like, you ever had like those Fuller's vintage ales? Although those are usually like 7 or 8%. This is like 5.6, so I don't know. To me, this does seem like something like in the bitter family. This really doesn't strike me as an old ale. Like, and I'm not getting any like aged quality on this one. So yeah, I'm really surprised that BJCP says this is one of the commercial examples. What's nice about it is that it's a lovely drinking experience. I probably put the mouthfeel at about medium, maybe medium full. It's definitely smooth, borderline creamy texture. Carbonation, probably about moderate. This is no challenge to drink. As you can see, I'm just sucking this right down. It has like kind of a fruity, malty aftertaste. Nothing cloying. So yeah, this one's good. It's not great. I had higher hopes for this one. What they need to do is like boost up the ABV on this, or wood barrel age it, bourbon barrel age it, foeder, something like that. This to me, like I said, this to me strikes more as a strong bitter than a old ale. So I like it. I don't love it. There's nothing really wrong with it, but this is a good English beer style. It was only $5 for this can, and it's kind of a weird size. I think it's only 440 ml, so it's not quite. It's 14.9 ounces. It's less than a pint, but it's certainly way less than an imperial pint. So, so final score for the Theakston Old Peculier. I'm going to use a 7 out of 10. It's good. It's not great. Nothing bad about it at all. It's, just a little mild for my taste, especially considering the style and all that. So, anyway, I'm rambling. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for Chad's Beer Podcast. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.
There's a slight nutty character in there. Yeah. Leo's excited.